Shall I start the meeting?
Yes.
Can anybody confirm? Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. Today we are here in a very special occasion, International Day. And as you know, today's theme is Give to Gain, a campaign encouraging a mindset of generosity and collect. So, going forward, let me give you the basic rules for this today's meeting. And today we are going to follow the basic rules. That is, keep your mobile phone on silent. Can 20 seconds to check. Second is do not speak in between. If you want to say something, you can raise your hand, and requesting everybody to turn on their camera and make this special meeting as interactive as you can. And third is, if you want to go out, just drop a message, and then you can. With this, I would like to mission of the club, that is, we provide a supportive and positive learning environment where every members are encouraged to develop leadership and communication skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Vivek Agarwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, for a wonderful start of the meeting. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, fellow members and the guest. I don't know if we have any guests today. First of all, I would like to wish you a very happy International Women's Day. Can we have a round of applause for all the lovely women we have in our life from our childhood till now? And life is incomplete without them. Thank you. As we start today's meeting, it reminds me the power of belief. What we believe, we make others believe. I started this Toastmasters journey in September 2023. So it is about two years, 5 months or so. And this small period, 2 years period, has given me tremendous change in my outlook, tremendous change in my mindset. And I'm a completely different version today. So I encourage everybody to renew their membership if you have not done so. I'm a living example in front of you. I relocated from Gurgaon to Mumbai, but I did not leave. There were so many distractions here in Mumbai, which told me, Vivek, why are you continuing? You have got so much of work, job change, family issues, so many personal problems. But I could not leave my passion of Toastmasters. Come Sunday morning, and I start feeling, oh, I'm missing something. I have to be from 10:30 to 12:30. I have to be in the club. So my subconscious did not allow me to leave it. And I continued this journey. And every Sunday, my life is about Toastmasters. First half of Sunday, it's all Toastmasters. In fact, today morning I was thinking, I have a big house here in Mumbai. Should I not start a new club? And that idea is taking shape. Let's see how it works. So this is one thing I wanted to share with you about renewal of membership. Second thing is about upcoming area level contest. Most likely it is going to happen in first week of April, first Saturday or Sunday of April. Please just take a note of it, spread the message. I talked to our area director this morning, Toastmaster Atul Vij, just to plan so that people will be traveling because this will be offline mode. There will not be any online participants or online contest. Do we have any guests today? If you can kindly identify yourself.
I guess Suvarna.
Suvarna, guest Suvarna. Yeah, Suvarna, yes. Suvarna, are you there? We can't hear you. Okay. D Satish.
Yes, sir, I am here, but I am not able to appear in the video. So sorry. I am from Abu Dhabi, a pediatrician by profession, and I'm a member of Abu Dhabi Speakers Toastmasters Club. District
Wonderful.
105.
Wonderful Toastmaster Satish. And welcome to our club meeting. Would you like to just take a few seconds and introduce yourself and tell us what brings you to this club's meeting?
I am a pediatrician practicing in Abu Dhabi. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, sir. I am a member of Abu Dhabi Speakers Bureau Toastmasters Club in District 105. So I just happened to see the meeting notice, and I'm very happy to join on this special day of International Women's Day to see all the women leaders and hear from
Thank
all of
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Thank
much.
you. You are most welcome. Would you like to take any role?
No, sir, I am a little busy.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
to start my
Thank you.
duty after some time. I
Thank
will not
you.
be available all the time.
Thank you. Thank you. I see Toastmaster Chintan also. Welcome, Toastmaster Chintan.
Hi, thank you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Okay. I don't have any other announcements to make. I would, in the interest of the time, I would hand over the stage to Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for this warm welcome. Greetings, everyone. First of all, wishing all the women a very happy International Women's Day. And to begin with, the theme for the meeting today that I've chosen is Women Have No Regrets. Starting with, let me begin with a few questions that I have for all of you in the audience. Have you ever stayed silent when you wanted to speak? Or have you ever chosen someone else's expectations over your own dreams? Or have you ever apologized even when it wasn't your fault? Think about it. And now, for women in the room, let me ask you something a little more personal. Have you offered the last bite of food to someone else even when you wanted it? Or have you ever said, I'm not hungry even though you were? Or have you ever chosen what was convenient for your family rather than what you truly wanted? Well, if any of the answers of these questions is yes, then believe me, you are not alone in this. And these are not just very small choices, these are often called as the invisible regrets. And that's what the theme for the meeting today is. Women have no regrets. So, what inspired me to take this theme is a book that I've been reading that's called No Regrets. It talks about how women often carry the guilt for the decisions they usually take, whether it's about their career, their families, or even themselves. They're expected to do it all. If they focus on their career, they feel guilty about their family. If they prioritize their family, they feel guilty about their career. And if they choose themselves, then the society would label them as being selfish. So the question is, why must women always feel guilty about the choices they take? Because the truth is that many women still today live in the regret. They are quiet and they are invisible. And these sometimes look like those small invisible regrets in our life. Giving the last piece of bread to your husband or to your child at the restaurant. Sometimes it may look like turning down a job opportunity because it required moving to another city, leaving your family all alone, or choosing a different career path because it seemed easier for the family, or maybe leaving your child at home for work and wondering the entire day if you make the wrong decision. So these are not just decisions. These are some of the emotional negotiations that women make themselves with every day. And society would call them as love or sacrifice. But today, I want to ask something important. Should sacrifice always come with the guilt? Let's do a small activity. I would want everyone to be encouraged and come up on this one. This one would be a game that's called Never Have I Ever. Now, if you have done this thing, you can simply raise your hand. Like if you have experienced, you can simply raise your hand. So, first question is, never have I ever apologized even when it wasn't my mistake. I can just see Neetal raising her hand. Okay. So the next question is, never have I ever stayed silent to avoid being called too much. Okay, Neetal, Samya. Okay, the next question is, never have I ever put someone else's needs before my own. Neetal has raised her hand. Soumya, okay. Never have I ever felt guilty for choosing my work. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part in this game. You will realize something very important, that the experiences are shared. And when something is shared by so many women, it is no longer a personal failure. It is a social pattern that has been perfect. This was something that the book started with, and it was a very great thing to start with a book that was like what kind of societal pressures and the guilt that has been triggered women by. Not only this, it also started with a beautiful quote that I just want to mention that was inspired from the movie Dil Wale Dulhania Le Jayenge, that said that even Simran has experienced this. And when the line was being said, that even Simran was allowed to ji le apni zindagi. So now you can sense the line from here as well, like how she was being allowed to live her own life on her own terms. With this, I would first like to welcome you all to the making of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. Today, we will celebrate the success of the women and the womanhood. I would also take up some advice like how absolutely we don't have to take any regret or guilt to us forward in our lives anytime. But before that, I would want to introduce you all to any Toastmasters meeting. So a Toastmasters meeting is divided into three segments. The first segment being the prepared speech session, where the prepared speaker is supposed to give a speech from the pathway that is being described by the Toastmasters International. The second segment is the table topic segment, wherein the table topic speaker is allowed to present a speech for about 1 to 2 minutes impromptu on any topic that is being said by the table topic master. The third and the most important segment is being called the general evaluation session, which is very exclusive to Toastmasters meeting and would allow the general evaluator to evaluate the whole meeting, the prepared speeches, the role of the auxiliary role player speak on the basis of the timer, R counter, as well as the grammarian. Now, without further ado, let's first invite on stage our general evaluator for the day, who would introduce us to the auxiliary role players as well as the general evaluation segment. I would like to welcome on stage Toastmaster Neetal to take it forward.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, for wonderfully introducing the theme of the day. And I encourage everyone to participate in the theme and be present. The question she asked was not only for women, it's for men. The sufferings are equally on both sides. Same way is the pleasure. So as a general evaluator, I'll be monitoring the overall meeting along with my tag team. So first I would like to call upon my tag team who will be empowering the meeting with the role they take. So first I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mohit Yadav, who is playing the timer role. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. Greetings, fellow Toastmaster and guest. As timer, I will time the table topic, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left. Using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific time remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreakers. Speech should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. The individual's evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for explaining in detail about the timing, the importance of the timer and your role. So let's have the meeting. We started on time and our target is to complete on time and keeping in mind the time limit for every section. So next I would like to call upon our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Mukesh. Toastmaster Mukesh, over to you.
Hello, Toastmasters and fellow guests. As your grammarian this morning, my role is to celebrate our use of language. I will be listening for those moments of beautiful, impactful English, while also noting any grammar mistakes that we can polish for next time. So being a grammarian for the today, I will provide the word of the day and the phrase of the day. So word of the day is vanguard. Word of the day is vanguard. Definition: leaders at the forefront of a new movement or idea. Usage: the women in this room are the vanguard of leadership. And the phrase of the day is breaking the glass ceiling. Breaking the glass ceiling, meaning overcoming invisible barriers to reach the highest level of success. The uses: her promotion wasn't just a win, it was a breaking the glass of ceiling for us all. I will share this inside our chat and I will challenge everyone to use Vanguard and breaking the glass of ceiling at least once today in the meeting. I will be back with my report during the evaluation session. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukesh. So let's all break the glass and have the meeting successful. So next would be Toastmaster Raja, who is playing our counter for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Raju.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The purpose of the AHA counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words, including aha, and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raju. So let's all be careful in usage of the words. We have two spies who are monitoring our usage, the grammarian and the accounter. So I'll come back with my report in detail at the end of the meeting when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. So for now, back to you, Toastmaster Mahek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for explaining your role as the general manager as well as introducing your auxiliary role players. Our first segment would be the prepared speech session. Before moving on to that segment, I would want you all to leave with one question so that you can think about it and have it in your mind before we move on to our next segment. So the question is, do you choose expectations or yourself? Do you choose expectations or yourself? Hold your thoughts to yourself. We will talk about it towards the next segment, that would be before the cable topics. And now let's move on to our prepared speech session. We have our first prepared speaker would be Toastmaster Winnie. Can we have her on stage? And Toastmaster Winnie's evaluator, Toastmaster Vivek.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, Toastmaster Vivek, you are audible. I
Thank
would
you,
request you to please talk about the objectives for Toastmaster Winnie's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahek. It's my privilege to be the speech evaluator for Toastmaster Winnie. She will be delivering her speech. The project is speech with a purpose, and the pathway is team collaboration. Timer, please note the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is to learn. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. So I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Winnie. Over to Toastmaster Mahek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for explaining the objectives for Toastmaster Winnie's speech. I would now like to call on the stage our first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Winnie, for a quick audio-video check.
Mehak, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Is it okay? Okay. So can I start?
Yes, just let me introduce you. Toastmaster Winnie, the lost art of listening. The lost art of listening, Toastmaster Winnie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. The title of my speech is Lost Art of Listening. A typical Indian home. Walk into the drawing room. There is this grandpa who is listening to the news, but not on the TV, on the mobile, with one corner of mobile close to his ears. He's hard of hearing. Come on in. It is the living room. The TV is turned on, but there's nobody watching it. Still inside, walk into the princess room, as daughters are fondly known as. The daughter is glued to the laptop screen, looking at the video, trying hard to concentrate at a flashing speed of 1.5x, where barely anybody can understand what is being said. I tell her, do you really able to make out what is being said? She tells me, Mama, I have my exam tomorrow. I don't have the time to revise. I don't have the time to go into the depth of this topic. Yet another room buzzing with sound. It is where the meetings are going on. It's a home office, but occasionally we hear people from different parts of the globe. Then there is the cute room of my son, who is endlessly texting on the mobile, looking at the mobile screen and smiling occasionally, but not telling to anyone. And here I am in the kitchen, multitasking kitchen chores and trying to listen to Gaur Gopal Das ji on a YouTube video, and he's talking about life lessons. In this world of distractions, digital noise, and reels, 5 people, same house, same evening, and completely different worlds. The family is at home, but strangely silent. Nobody's talking to each other, nobody's listening to each other. And the irony is, all of them are connected to thousands of people online, but disconnected to the 5 people in the same house. On an average, a person checks the mobile around 85 to 96 times in a day while being awake, which means that he's checking the mobile every 10 minutes. So frequent phone interruptions and distractions can lead to mental fatigue, stress, and frustration. We all know that. We have unlimited data plans, but very limited attention span. I'm reminded of a story about my friend. So I have a friend who visited to me after a long time, and she was going through a difficult phase in her life. So she was talking to me. I was in my office. A phone burst. My phone burst. I gave a quick glance at the phone, and then she continued the conversation. After some time, the phone burst again. I looked at the phone. After some time, she told me, it's okay, you can check your phone, we can talk later. And that was the moment that hit me. It was not about the phone. It was that she was telling me that I am not feeling heard anymore. How many times all of us go through the same situation with our spouse, our kids, our friends, and feel the same kind of emotion that they are not being heard? Is it so difficult to listen in this digital era? We all go to school for learnings, and we all are learning in the school for years and years how to read, how to speak, how to write, but nobody teaches us how to listen. Let's do an exercise. Next time your mother comes and tells you that I want to share something about how the day went. Suppose you are working on your laptop and completing a very urgent email. You just turn down your laptop, switch off your phone, and keep it on the silent mode. Look towards her in her eyes, give her full cautious attention, and say that, yes, I'm listening. Don't interrupt her while she's speaking. Don't give her any suggestions. Don't give her any comments. Just say that I'm listening to you. You will be surprised at the end of the conversation. You can reflect back what she was trying to say. You can share the same message again so that she's aware that you were actually listening to her. And this is not so difficult as it sounds. It is the technique of active listening. If you can try that with your friends, your mother, your kids, you can let me know how did it work for you. I'm reminded of another video which I was watching of Gaur Gopal Das ji, the famous monk, where he's talking about he's talking on the Kapil Sharma show about the digital media and the modern times. So he tells us that if in this modern times, if at all you need to fast, what you can do is you can fast. You can complete that day without the phone, without reels, without notification, without Facebook, without Instagram, without Tinder, without ChatGPT. And if at all you can do that, the Almighty Himself will come down and tell you, "Aayega kya?" Yet another story comes to my mind. A busy father comes home after a long day at work, and he has his child of 8 years, a daughter of 8 years, waiting for him. His daughter, around 8 years, was waiting for him and tells him, "Dad, can I ask you one question?" The father is tired and distracted, but tells her, "Sure, you can." She said, "Dad, can I know, like, what is the amount of salary you earn in an hour?" The father got annoyed and further distracted. "Why are you wanting to know this?" he said. But again, like, when she insisted, the dad tells her, "Okay, I earn rupees 1,000 in an hour." Then the daughter says, can I borrow 500 rupees from you?" The dad says, the dad gets further annoyed and frustrated. He tells her, "If you want to borrow 500 rupees just to buy a toy, please go back and sleep." The daughter silently goes to her room. And then later, the dad thinks maybe she wanted rupees 500 for something urgent. So he goes to her room and hands over the money and tells her that here is your rupees 500. The girl excited. She quickly reached under the pillow, pulled out some crumpled notes, and carefully counted the money and said, I have rupees 1,000 now." Then she looks up to her dad and tells him, which tells him something that the dad is gets stunned listening to her. She tells him, "Dad, can I borrow 1 hour of your time tomorrow?" The dad is completely shocked. Truly, in the modern times of distraction and notifications and real, probably the best gift we can give someone is not money, it is the time and attention. And truly, extraordinary relationships are not built by extraordinary speeches, but extraordinary listening. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinny, for giving this wonderful speech on the topic of how we can improve upon being on the digital cells. Now, I would request everyone to take up 1 minute and provide your feedback for Toastmaster Vinny in the chat below. I would request the timer to please notify once 1 minute is over.
Sure. One minute is over, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Now, I would request our next prepared speaker, Toastmaster Simi, and her evaluator, Toastmaster Raja. Be on stage. I will first present the stage to Toastmaster Raja to please introduce the theme and the objectives for Toastmaster Simi's speech.
Good morning, everyone. My target speaker is Toastmaster Simi, and topic of the speech is Little Boss at Home. And it's a generic speech with time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja. Now, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Simi on stage and would want to do a quick audio and video check as well.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you. You are clearly audible as well as visible. So,
And also,
Toastmaster.
before I start, I just want to give a disclaimer. Looks like Toastmaster Vinny's and my speech is pretty similar today.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Simi, little boss at home, Toastmaster Simi.
Thanks, Toastmaster Mehak. How many of you think that parenting is a rewarding job? And I think very few people have open cameras, but maybe they can just raise their virtual hands in that case. Yeah. And how many of you think that parenting is an exhausting job? Yeah. I believe it is a mix of exhaustion as well as joy. Many of us must be feeling tired when your child woke you up at 6 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. And at the same time, when the child hugs you tightly and says, Mama or Dada, you are the best, that takes all the exhaustion away. So, little kids at our home are like our corporate managers. Our manager negotiates with us to do a stay back in the critical delivery days. At the same time, our kids, they will do everything to ask for 10 more minutes before our bedtime. And these 10 minutes will turn into half an hour and 1 hour. So, my dear friends, when we are with our kids, these kids teach us the little joys of life along with all the chaos that they give us. They are fascinated with the butterflies, with the puddles, and on very silly jokes, they will smile. While we are busy in our day-to-day jobs, missing out all these blessings. Parenting teaches us many things. And out of them, the topmost is the time management. So when we wake a small kid up, that's like a military mission. Step 1, we wake them up. Step 2, we wake them up again. And step 3, when we realize that they're already awake, but they're staring at the ceiling from last 10 minutes. While we as a parents are in a war mode so that we can meet the time to school. And not to our surprise, their famous lines. Somehow, if they get ready on time, they will say, oh, I forgot. We needed chart paper and Fevicol and a model of solar system to our school today, especially today. That is to be highlighted. And then we do everything, we do our best to help them to actually show up in the school with all the supplies and all the things on time. And we are already tired for the day that has not even started for us. But when they present on the stage, that our heart swells with the pride and our exhaustion goes away. I am mother to 2 kids. Both of them are high achievers in scholastic and co-scholastic areas. The other day, when Toastmaster Harinder was asking how you're going to do that, how you do that at home, I just thought I'll just compile a speech on that, and I'll just share some of the tips that I follow at home. Because most important for me is not these achievements by them, but that they are happy kids. They are emotionally strong. So I'm going to share a few of the tips for us that I have learned throughout these years. Pick your battles. Number one of them is pick your battles. While your kid want to wear mismatched socks to the market, to the school, let them wear. While you have chosen a very beautiful frock with a catchy, attractive pins for their hairstyle, but your kid denies to wear that. Don't feel sad. Just let them be themselves. And please praise them more than you nag. We parents keep saying, you don't study, you don't obey me, and all. However, we have to praise them for little achievements they do. The trick for them to make study, just bring their bag close to them, open the book, and ask them as if you want to learn from them and their teachers. Use positive vocabulary for them, because the words cast spell. That's why they're called spellings. So we have to use very positive vocabulary for them so that they feel encouraged. They feel happy place, the home as a happy place, so that they feel listened there. They feel that they are valued there. And as they are growing up, listen to them. They want to share their feelings and let them explore the things. My dear friends, kids develop fear and guilt very soon. So, while they are in aspiration to explore things, when things get bad, they feel guilt. Listen to them that point of time and forgive them and try them to support at their darker phase of their life. And the most last and not the least, when they are growing up, leave for their independence, because we have spent all our lives for them. So we tend to cling with them. I would say, please leave them for their life. Let them do their own mistakes. Let them learn their life their own way. So, because we are not only raising our children, we are raising the citizens. We are raising dreamers and future Toastmasters. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Simi. And absolutely, we are creating dreamers and the future Toastmasters too. Now, I would want everyone to please provide your feedback for Toastmaster Simi and timer. Please note, once 1 minute is over, please notify.
Sure. One minute is over.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you so much, everyone. This was our pure speed segment. And as we conclude the segment, we will now move on to our theme of the meeting today once again. So, as I left you all with a question about expectations and the fear to take up a bold decision, let's do a very quick small activity for the audience where I want you all to take up 10 seconds and think about one decision that you have been postponing. It could be speaking about something important at an event, pursuing a new opportunity, starting something new of your own like you always wanted to, or choosing yourself. Take 10 seconds and think about it. All right. Now, think about one brave decision that you have made in the past. And if you want to share it out loud, you can do that as well. One brave decision that you have taken in the past. Anyone who wants to share? All right, Toastmaster Vic, please go ahead.
I believe every day brings some decisions, some decision making, and you need boldness. You need to be brave to take such decisions. But one specific decision, which I will say was a keystone decision, was change of location. I have seen, I interact with a lot of people during job interviews or otherwise interactions, casual interactions. People are so much stuck to their place. They don't want to leave the place. So I feel that relocation, changing place to place, going from one city to the other city or one place to the other place or maybe country, that is important. So for me, the one bold decision which I took was changing place from Gurgaon to Mumbai. And that has unfolded many things for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing your decision that you have taken. Anyone else who would like to share? Yes, Toastmaster Nathan.
So these days I'm taking a bold decision of saying yes without worrying whether I'm ready or not. I just say to myself, we can figure it out. Let's do it. Thank you.
That's a great take. All the best to you. Yes, Toastmaster Mohit.
I Toastmaster Mike. Generally, I take very, very bold decisions in my life. When it comes to work, when it comes to investments, I definitely take bold decisions. I'm very, very aggressive on those things. But recently, I've taken one bold decision. I have just switched my job. It's a new company. It's a startup, right? It's a US-based company. So earlier, I was in Wipro, which is more of a settled company, mature company, right? So people, my friends, colleagues were telling me, why are you changing a job, right? Why are you switching a job from a settled company to a new company, which is a startup, right? And you might face a lot of problems in terms of if there are a lot of laying off, firing is happening. I said that's fine, I'll take care of that. So that is one of bold decision which I've taken recently.
That's great, Toastmaster Mohit. And thank you for sharing your decision that you have taken.
Thank you.
Anyone else who would like to share? We can take up 1 to 2 more.
I will share one of my own. Like
Yes, Toastmaster.
just it's related to job only. So earlier I was like the part of the team which is quite like stable and the life was smooth. Like there is no work pressure and everything, but there the I feel the stagnation and everything. So I tried interviewing with a bit different team and I joined the new team. By knowing that there will be there is a lots of hustle and there is I have to work the late night, might be have to work the weekends also. But I think it's almost like 2 months since I'm part of this team, and I've started seeing like there's lots of work pressure, but there is a lots of learning also, not related to what I was used to do in the previous project. It's quite different here. I'm working in this in this new project where I have to see the end to end from like taking the requirement and delivering to the client. That was the learning while taking this bold decision. I think, but I feel we should take the bold decision, but sometimes we have to be calculated on some time. Thank you. If you are quite conscious about your health and family, then bold decisions you have to take, like seeing all these things. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mukesh, for sharing your experience and your decision that you have taken up. Now, this all relates to all of you who have shared your experience, your bold decisions that you have taken in the past. It makes us understand that how sometimes the distance between regret and courage is just this one decision. Not 10 decisions, not a huge life change, but just a little brave step that you can take. Now, you cannot say that I regret this decision. You cannot say that I wish I had tried. And for others who are still thinking like whether they should take the decision or not, or whether they're still reflecting on the fact that, or they're maybe not able to take up that decision or postponing it like you have thought for in a while, just take that step. Just start now. So today, as we continue this meeting, I involve and invite each one of you to remember like this small brave decision you thought about. Take that decision. Because a life with no regrets doesn't happen by chance, it happens when we choose courage. With this, I would now open the floor for our next segment, that is the cable topic segment. And we have our cable topic master, Toastmaster Neetal. So I would like to invite her on the stage to take it up forward.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. We'll continue with our theme of the day and have the topics relevant to it. And I invite you all to boldly talk about the feelings you have, the thoughts you have, and make sure we utilize the time. And I would like to cover every one of us today. So I would like randomly call upon, I don't want people to raise their hands, but let's take it up. So I'll first go, I see Toastmaster Rupinder in our meeting. So I would like to first go with our president of Leaders Connect, Toastmaster Vivek. So timer for timing has been already been shared. So it will be 1 to 2 minutes. You can note the timings and be on time.
Sure, Toastmaster Neetal.
Yes. So Toastmaster Vivek. Lessons from wife. Lessons from wife. Toastmaster Vivek.
I remember when I met my wife for the first time, it was a serendipity, and she just gave her hand to me, and because I was trying to catch best bus, and this was year 1996, I think, 1996. That time I used to take bus to the same location where she used to go, and that was my first interaction. And from that day, I believe a lot in serendipity. So the best lesson from my wife is that life is all about impromptu situation, how you deal with unknown things, and when you say yes to some unknown things using your sixth sense. My sixth sense started getting nourishment. My sixth sense I started understanding, okay, what is sixth sense? How to use it? How to become conscious of my unconscious? And I started taking a lot of bold decisions in my life. My life would have been completely different had she not been around, had she not handed over her hand to me that day. So my life is completely on my wife. And I remember I broke that ceiling that day when we met for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing. And I could see the smile on your face when you're talking about her. So we'll move on to the next speaker. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Rupender. So he has said he was glad he did not get the topic. So let's give him another topic.
How did you know that I'm a Toastmaster? There could be someone new to Toastmasters and afraid of public speaking and.
Looking at you, I did not feel that you're new. That's a guess.
Yeah, I know a little bit about Toastmasters. Well, let's get started.
So Toastmaster Rupender, my mother's strength, Toastmaster Rupender.
In my opinion, my mother's strength has been her emotional resilience. I say so because I have seen her go through ups and downs of her life and yet emerge stronger than ever before. I'd like to draw your attention to this one particular night. My mother was diagnosed with a condition called obstructive sleep apnea. Your lungs become weak, they are not able to push out carbon dioxide. As a result, the carbon dioxide content it increases. She was falling asleep, she was droopy. We took her to the hospital, and apparently the carbon dioxide content in her body was 43%. In a normal healthy person, it is supposed to be above 95%. For her, 90% would be good enough. She was put on a ventilator, and I was there outside the ICU. Now, I had this vantage point from where I could see her CO2 levels. Every time I would go there, the CO2 levels they were increasing. From 43, they went up to 60, and at one point they went up to 95. The doctor came to me and he said that you might want to call up your relatives because I don't think she's going to survive the night. I actually called and I actually started praying. And then somewhere around 4 in the morning, I just started going through the pictures on my mobile that I had with her. This was 2005. Then I chanced to look into through the glass again. The reading had dropped down to 20%. I don't know how, but somehow she got to know that I was praying for her and she decided to fight back. She's been fighting back against obstructive sleep apnea since then. She's made multiple visits to the hospital, and I'm proud to say that her biggest strength is her emotional resilience. Madam Topic Master. Not bad for
Thank
a
you,
new Toastmaster, huh?
I did not feel that you're new Toastmaster. Thanks for sharing it. And yes, we all have emotional ups and downs, and knowing about her fight back is amazing. We move on. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Raja.
Yes.
Toastmaster Raja, proud girl dad, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin. Good morning, everyone. If someone asks me one role that makes me the proudest, it is being a girl dad. Having a daughter changes the way you see the world. Suddenly, you become more patient, more proactive, and definitely more emotion. A girl teaches her father things no management book or leadership seminar ever can, like unconditional love, empathy, and power of small movements. When a daughter holds your finger while walking, you realize something very beautiful. Today, she holds your finger, but tomorrow, she will hold your values. Being a proud girl dad is not just about protecting her, it is about empowering her. It is about raising someone who believes she can dream big, speak confidently, and walk fearlessly in the world. And honestly, daughters don't grow up, they grow their fathers up too. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Definitely, I could feel the spark in your eyes when you're thinking about your daughter. And I think every dad here could relate to it. We'd like to call upon Toastmaster Vinny. So, Toastmaster Vinny, for you, it would be men who supported, men who supported Toastmaster Vinny.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal, for this beautiful topic. I'm sure everybody in this room realizes it's not only women, it's also equally men are also equally important. So at so many points in life, it is not just women, not just mothers, sisters who supported you, but it is also about your father, about your spouse, about your husband, about your friends. So the men who supported me, it's a beautiful topic. So something that comes to my mind, first thing that comes to my mind is my father who empowered me, who educated me, who empowered me, and today whatever I am is because of my father and my parents. And the second person who comes to my mind is my husband. So he also empowered me, and it is very difficult, if you are doing a job to leave your job, but he gave me the strength to leave that job and start a business of my own. So, and today, while this Toastmaster is going on, I was asking him for a cup of tea. He said, I'm tired. I was making pickle. Now you come and you make a cup of tea for yourself. So, at times you feel that the strength, the men behind you are equally more important, as are the women behind you. So, thank you, Toastmaster Lethal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinny. Completely agree with you. We need everyone in our life. So we do need a father figure, friends, mother. So totally relatable. So Toastmaster Sharad. Yes. So Toastmaster Sharad, dreams need courage. Dreams need courage. Toastmaster Sharad.
In my opinion, dreams must needed courage, as dreams are those which didn't come in night, but are those which didn't make us sleep. So I would say so because when I'm in 12th standard, I have a dream to join IIT, and for that I went to Kota for the prestigious IIT JEE coaching and try my level best to uh, get into it. And it's not easy as uh, you have a different environment over there, and you are like 1,000 kilometers away from your hometown to just make your dream come true. So I would conclude it like dreams with courage only make it true and success. Thank you, and over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, for sharing it. Definitely every Every dream needs a courage to start, courage to continue and not give up. So I would like everyone here who has started Toastmasters journey, keep dreaming big. Why we have one DTM with us, would like to see many of us to be a DTM in next upcoming year. So
Adding to
Toastmaster
it,
Mo, yes, please.
I was saying adding to it, we can have a Triple Crown award as well in this term.
Definitely. Definitely. So Toastmaster Mohit. Toastmaster Mohit, housework shared equally. Housework shared equally. Toastmaster Mohit.
Neil, can you repeat the topic?
Housework shared equally.
Okay, how do I begin with that? So yeah, definitely housework shared equally. When you are at home, it's not the one person job to, complete that work or do the household chores and all. It's the, you know, uh, activity or job which is done by all the household members. And I'm saying household members, definitely it's my wife, right? And me along with her. So we definitely share, those things together. Sometime when she is cooking something, let's say she's making chapati or something, then I help her in terms of making the some sabji or some dal or something. So what I would like to conclude is that it's not the one person job, it's the collective thing which everybody has to share it. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for sharing it. Yes, I do agree. So, and my parents are out. Me and my brother share the responsibility. He does all cleaning work. I do the cooking work. So we manage it in that way. So next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mukesh. Toastmaster Mukesh. A bold topic for you. Feminism gone too far. Feminism gone too far. Toastmaster Mukesh.
Can I have different topic?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll give you a different. And so
Thank you
Toastmaster
so.
Mukesh. Strong women known. Strong women known. Toastmaster Mukesh.
Strong woman known. Hmm. So if you are seeing the worldwide situation right now, the war is happening, the Trump is getting like want to be big daddy of the whole world. And we being Indian, if we thought why we are quite peaceful right now, the only one woman, due to her bold decision, we are quite peaceful. No, she's the Indira Gandhi. The day she took decision to perform the nuclear mm, test without telling whole world, and due to her decision, we are quite peaceful. Why the Iran? Why not Iran and other countries in in this reason? Because they didn't took bold decision. And I think not just Indira Gandhi, but other women also has taken the bold decision. Due to that, we are getting lots of empowerment in the women or in our society, and we are progressing quite fast. That's what I want to share. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for sharing it. Yeah, I do agree with it. That seeing all this war, we feel India is quite safe for now, as of now, and it will be. So Toastmaster Mehak. You would like to try feminism gone too far. Feminism gone too far. Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for giving me this topic that says feminism gone too far. So I would like to start over with one of the things that I read recently on this topic that was being said that people usually cover feminism as a topic that is being said that you have to do or be in an equation with men in more of the physical powers that you have and not in the mental and the emotional support that a woman and a man differentiates upon. So one has to be really clear with the fact that what feminism truly means. It not just clearly signifies that you have to reach out and be equal to men. It clearly means that you have to get the opportunities, that same equality that men deserves and women usually are at a standby in terms of the societal expectations. So it does not generally relates to the physical or the nature of what a man and a woman is. So that's there's a clear differentiation between this factor, but people assume it to be in line with what opportunities, with what equations, with what equal things that men get and not and women are usually deferred into these areas of life. So that's one aspect of feminism is. The other aspect that could be to what I believe individually as well, to choose yourself. When if want to say that if men has the power to choose themselves over their careers, over their families, and over anything that they have lived by, the similar kind of equality should women also abide by. So that's what my take over feminism is, to choose yourself at times, not every time, obviously, but at times when you think that you can and you deserve to choose yourself. This is my take on the topic. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Nitin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. I do agree that in the name of feminism, there has not to be taken a decision where everyone suffer. It has to be a logical, should not keep yourself up and not let others down. So I see two guests with us. So Jatin, you're a Toastmaster. You would like to go?
Yeah, sure.
You're a Toastmaster, Jatin?
Yes, yes.
From which club?
I'm Delhi Toastmasters.
Oh, wow. Thank you for joining us. So Toastmaster Jatin. Oh. Toastmaster Jatin, own your story. Own your story. Toastmaster Jatin.
On your story. So this reminds me of an incident in which I was mentoring a member in our club, and I'll take it from a different perspective. When they were sharing this speech with me, it felt as if they wanted that version of that story to be true, instead of sharing their own perspective, their own beliefs with that story. So, funny enough, when they delivered that speech, it felt as if they were disconnected from it and they could not deliver that message with that effectiveness. So, even though I suggested them that sharing your own personal story, sharing your own personal touch or your own beliefs would make people, connect with you even to a greater extent, they just wanted that perfect version to be shared instead. So, yeah, sometimes you have to accept that even though your own personal instances are not of that value, but just sharing those few instances, even though not major or of not that significance that can influence others, but still those personal touches can ignite something in your audience and remind them of that objective that you wanted to share. So try sharing your own personal touches, your own personal beliefs, instead of just that perfect vision that you have in mind. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin. I did the same thing in the club level contest. Instead of writing some story, I just expressed it out my view. It was taken in a very better way than I could have imagined. So owning your story in every aspect is really important. So I see Toastmaster Suvarna, you're there. Okay, fine. So I believe I've covered every one of us who are here. And with this, I'd like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nitil, for conducting this beautiful table topics session. And now, everyone, let's come back to the theme for the meeting today. And this would be a closing remark itself, where I just want to conclude the theme by maybe doing a small activity. But before that, I would want to include the history is full of women who choose themselves, and even the world told them not to. So, some of the examples include Malala Yousaf, who chose to raise her voice for girls' education, even when it put her life at risk. Whether it was Kalpana Chawla, who chose her dream for space exploration and became the first woman of Indian origin to go to space, or whether it was Mary Kom, who chose her passion of boxing despite the social and the societal expectation and became a world champion. Then it was Indira Nui who chose to pursue her leadership in the corporate world and became one of the most influential business leaders globally. Not only this, there are many examples of women that we see today who have chosen themselves and are coming up being the banner in today's world. These women remind us something important. They were never fearless. They chose courage over regret and guilt. So, this is what the theme for the meeting today was. Like, speak up for yourself, choose your dreams, say no, even when people expect it and the society expected for you to say yes. Take a decision that was right for you, even if others can understand it. And you have to choose yourself instead of those guilt around you. All these people represent a moment of courage because choosing yourself is not selfish. It is simply recognizing the fact that your life also deserves your voice, your dreams, and your decisions. And with this, I would like to conclude the theme for our meeting today. Now, I wish to present the stage back to our general evaluator who would take up the meeting forward. Toastmaster Nitin,
Thank you,
the stage back
Toastmaster
to you.
Mehak. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Raja, who has taken a slot for Joke Master of the Day. So over to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nathan. Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine this scene. A man walks into the circus manager's office carrying a suitcase. Now, if someone walks into my office with a suitcase, I immediately think two things. Either he has money or problems. But this man walks in confidently and says, "Sir, do you want to see something really amazing?" The circus manager says, "Of course, I run a circus and my job description says, find amazing things and strange people." The man whispers dramatically, "I have a dog who can play a piano." The manager's eyes become huge because normally circus dogs jump through ropes. They don't perform Beethoven. So the man slowly opens the suitcase and suddenly a tiny little dog jumps out. Not only that, he pulls out a small piano, sits properly like a professional musician, and starts playing beautiful music. I'm telling you, the dog was playing so well, even the circus manager was thinking, forget the circus, and I'm opening a music academy now. Everything was going perfectly well. And then suddenly, bang, a big angry dog runs into the room. The piano stopped. He grabs the little dog by the ear and drags him outside. The little dog is being pulled away like a kid leaving math tuition. The circus manager is completely confused. He asks this man, "What just happened? Why did that big dog drag away the small one?" The man sighs and says, "Oh, that's his mother, who wants that this little dog must become a doctor in spite of being a talented musician." And that's when I realized something. Whether you are a human child or a piano playing dog, Indian mothers have the same career plan for everyone. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raju. So I'm amazed the way you described the story. I could really imagine the dog, the big dog coming and pulling. I guess everyone has imagined that. So a very great way to tell a story where you put the audience to imagine. So let's start the general evaluated section now. So first I would like to call upon Toastmaster Vivek, right? Yeah. Toastmaster Vivek for evaluating Toastmaster Vinny's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. Toastmaster Vinny, you started the speech by describing the scene at a home where 5 members are living. And I could actually be in your home as a 6th member or guest and overseeing everybody like a observer, and I am being invisible. It was somebody using mobile continuously scrolling, somebody watching video at 1.5x speed, and these people are so busy. They are, and the way you described, okay, you are busy in kitchen and listening to Gaur Gopal Das, that was a bit of humor. I could see that, yes, you are listening how to listen to each other. He is teaching you life skills and how actually we are not following it. What we are trying to imbibe, but we are not able to implement any of these things. So that was a very good, I will say, again, with a tinge of humor. And you also used a very good phrase that everybody has got thousands of followers or online connections, but what is missing is some connection within home also, within 5 members, amongst 5 members. That was very touching. So you described the issue very well through your own story. Then you came up with the solution. Okay, what is the solution? Then you said active listening. Now you actually enacted how do we do active listening when we are leaving everything aside and having eye-to-eye contact without any judgment and just listen and probably recall during the day, okay, what you have listened. And this requires conscious practice. Indeed, it's a great topic what you have talked about today. All of us are suffering from it, and it requires each of us to make a conscious choice how to manage digital, how to live in a digital world, how to live in a world where more and more AI is going to be used, not only in our personal life, but in businesses also. You built the story nicely. You actually met the purpose of the project, which is speech with a purpose. It has a suspense, it had some humor. So kudos to that. However, I noticed few areas of improvement which will take your speech to a next level. One thing is some technical issues. We had some audio issues in between. So maybe you would like to check your connection next time when you are giving speech online. Second is probably you could have given the speech, delivered the speech in a standing position. That would have allowed you to do some enacting, maybe some dialogues, or maybe something little more gestures, usage of gestures. When we are sitting, our gestures are limited. So these are the 2 suggestions. Otherwise, overall, your speech has been great. You met the purpose of the project. Thank you, and I wish you all the best for your future speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for following the recommended approach by Toastmasters when evaluating a speech. So the key takeaways for me from Vinny's speech was definitely active listening and not building a story in your mind just to reply. So we got into a habit where we listen to others and then start trying to tell them our relatable story which happened in the past rather than focusing on the present on what the other person is going through. Thank you, Vinny, for sharing with us a beautiful topic. And thanks, Vivek, for perfectly evaluating. And I believe Vinny will take the feedback and deliver a better speech or an improved speech next time based on the feedback. Now I'd like to call upon stage Toastmaster Raja, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Simi. I see Simi is not in speech, but I believe she will be listening to recording. So over to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster. First of all, I would like to appreciate the strong opening of Simi's speech, starting with a question about parenting. Was a great way to immediately engage the audience and make them think. You also used effective pauses and natural hand gestures, which helped him emphasize your points and made the delivery more engaging. One suggestion for improvement would be to practice the speech a bit more before delivering it. The overall flow of the speech was good, but a few pauses were slightly longer than needed, which interrupted the rhythm a little. Also, since this was a virtual speech, try to ensure that your face remains fully visible on the camera because facial expressions play an important role in connecting with the audience online. In addition, in any speech, it is helpful to maintain consistent eye contact with the camera, keep the voice modulation varied, and ensure smooth transitions between ideas so the audience can follow the message very easily. To conclude, Toastmaster Simi, you delivered a thought-provoking speech with a meaningful message. I especially liked your closing message, support your children because they are future leaders. With a little more practice and attention to camera presence, your speeches will become even more impactful. Well done and thank you for a wonderful speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek Raja. I do agree with your evaluation, and she was trying to take her nomination back, but when I encouraged her to repeat the speech, she came up. So big round of applause for Simi for not taking her back and delivering it the way she did. So now let me call upon the tech team who will be sharing their report. So first I would like to call upon our counter of the day, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, General Evaluator. As the counter of today's meeting, my role was to listen carefully for pause fillers such as and overused words like so well and repeated phrases like this means this. These fillers are very common when we are thinking about what to say next. Before I present the number, I would like to share 3 simple tips that can help all of us reduce filler words in our speeches. First, pause instead of filling the silence. A short pause may feel long to the speaker, but to the audience, it sounds confident and natural. Second, practice your speech and key points. When we know our structure well, we spend less time searching for words. Third, slow down your speaking pace. When we rush, our brain tries to catch up and fillers start appearing. Remember, pauses are powerful, but fillers weaken our message. Now let me present my R counter report for today's speakers. I will be sharing my screen. I think there is no authority is not there to share.
Oh, 1 second, I'll give you. Option 2. Can you try now? Okay, wait, make a presenter. Here, try now.
Yes. No issues. I'll just speak the results. First of all, I want to congratulate Toastmaster Neetal, who had not used any filler word during her speech whenever she was speaking. Congratulations, Toastmaster Neetal. Coming to Toastmaster Vinny, she used 3 times aha, 2 times and 3 times you know. Toastmaster Simi used 3 times so. Toastmaster Mehak 1 time so. Toastmaster Vivek repeated completely this word 2 times. Toastmaster Mukesh 2 times aha, 1 time This was my report as an aha counter. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja, for not only sharing the report but giving us the tips. And I have been religiously practicing the tips, and I'm glad I was able to successfully deliver without any filler words. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mukesh, who is our grammarian of the day. So Toastmaster Mukesh, please share your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. As the grammarian for today meeting, I listened carefully to the language and the word uses. Overall, the speakers used clear and engaging language, but I noticed a couple of the improvements like we can do, like someone use VR exhaustion go away. Instead of that, we should try VR feeling out exhaustion go away. Beside that, I haven't noticed someone use the word of the day, but Neetal and Vivek use the phrase of the day to one time each. Beside that, I feel a couple of the speakers use the quite good language, quite good words like fatigue, almighty, serendipity, resilience, power of this of small movements. That's all. Apart from that, that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing your report. And let's make sure we use the word of the day, vanguard, and phrase of the day, breaking the glass ceiling in our everyday conversation and make it a practice. With this, I'll call upon Toastmaster Mohit, who played timer role for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. As a timer, I have noted down the time each speaker have taken to complete their speeches. So I'll start with the 5 to 7 minute speech as a prepared speech. So Vinny took 7 minute 53 seconds. Simi took 7 minute 30 seconds. As a table topic speakers, I'll just tell you the times. Vivek took 1 minute 39 seconds. Mukesh took 1 minute 20 seconds. Rupinder took 2 minute 29 seconds. Raja took 1 minute 10 seconds. Vinny took 1 minute 13 seconds. Sharad took 1 minute 10 seconds. Mehak took 2 minute 5 seconds. Jatin took 1 minute 28 seconds. I was not able to calculate my time, so I really don't know how much time I've taken. As an evaluator, Vivek took 3 minute 29 seconds and Raja took 1 minute 39 seconds. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Neetal.
So Toastmaster Mohit, any disqualification in any segment?
I see Vinny had taken overshooted the time. And in fact, Simi also, overshooted the time. As a general evaluator, Vivek took 3 minute 29 seconds, which is again, shoot up the time. Yeah, that is how it is as an evaluation.
So let's ignore the disqualification for today and give our best vote anyways. But make sure that we follow up the timing and practice more and try to wind up the speech or the evaluation when the yellow cards comes up so that you don't overshoot after the red card comes up.
I believe when I was showing the cards, I think speakers were able to see it, right?
Yes, definitely. The cards were on time and visible.
Thank you.
So with this, I'll begin my GE evaluation. So we had few roles unfilled, but Toastmaster Mahek took upon herself and assigned the unfilled roles to the members within first 5 minutes. And we started sharply at 10:35. And then we had our opening with Sharad as Sergeant at Arms. He has established the ground rules and showed the importance of the meeting. And then we had our presiding officer for today, Vivek Agarwal, who has shown what an example Toastmaster he is and what is the importance of renewing our membership on time. So I encourage everyone to renew the membership who are yet to renew. And he also announced the upcoming area contest, which is in the first week of April. So if people from Gurgaon and NCR region should definitely visit the contest when it happens, be your audience and cheer the member who are participating. So in our case, it would be Toastmaster Kanika and Toastmaster Charu from Leaders Connect, and Toastmaster Deepthi and Toastmaster Mehak from Storytellers. These are speakers. And then we also have the table topic contest. I forgot the winners, so missed. Then Toastmaster Mehak took up the theme regret, women, no regret. And throughout the meeting, though it was mentioned women, no regret, but she has not shown a bias there. The questions she asked, it's applicable to both of them, both the gender. How important it is to stand for yourself, to take things which are beneficial to you and not always put others over you. So I feel it's equivalent and applicable to both of us. I mean, all of us, sorry. Then we had two wonderful speeches by Toastmaster Vinny and Toastmaster Simi. So the theme for both the speeches were active listening, let kids dream, and give importance to them when they are talking. So it should not be the vice versa. Even when kids are talking, we need to give them as equal importance when we want to speak something. Then we had table topic section, which was conducted by me, and I feel glad everyone spoke and we could have the wonderful stories from every one of us. And then we had our evolution section by Toastmaster Vivek and Raja. And they have followed the method established by Toastmasters. And I believe the speakers will be benefiting with the feedback. Then we had the tag team report shared by Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster Mukesh, and Toastmaster Raja. So overall, a wonderful meeting, and we are concluding it on time or before time. But I would like to open the floor if anyone wants to talk. And meanwhile, Toastmaster Mehak, you can share the voting link if you have it handy. Okay, I'm sharing the link. Let's take time to vote. Toastmaster Vivek, over to you as presiding officer of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nital. Thank you, all the role players. Thank you, all the audience. Thank you, guests who have been able to make it for today's meeting. My key learning from today's meeting, we had the privilege of distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder joining for this meeting for a short while. I have not met him, but I have heard a lot about him. And I would like to share something what I observed when the timer was giving his report. He completed his speech in 2 minutes 29 seconds. Can you just see the precision from a champion? This is what the perfection or precision you get when you continue practicing. And that is what I learn in every meeting. After every meeting, I get some ideas. Okay, I will do this, or I will implement something like that. And I received my T-shirt last week. After I renewed my membership up to September 2026. I feel so proud to wear this Toastmasters t-shirt. It's like any other t-shirt, but the moment you wear the uniform, when the soldiers are at the front, you feel different. So I encourage everybody to renew their membership if they have not done it. That's a simple request I have, because it will definitely empower you. What Toastmaster Mehak talked about, choosing yourself over regret, over guilt. This is probably a one step towards empowerment and towards choosing yourself. Take that bold decision. So please give your vote. Voting form is already out. I would encourage anybody who would like to share feedback. We have still 9 participants, including me. Please raise your virtual hand about today's meeting. Okay. So with that, I would declare today's meeting closed. Thank you so much. And once again, Toastmaster Nital has something to say.
No, I said we can close. If
Thank
everyone
you,
has
and
voted.
thank you so much. And once again, with a promise that we'll meet next week. Thank you. All the best.